Good afternoon, fellow Vault Dwellers. Welcome to the Turtlecast on Friday. How is everyone doing? I see already people in the chat. Welcome, PDM57, Spiteful Angel, Adefion Jack, Angry Scotsman, BFK, Edward, RHPS, Chris Zimmerman, Alufool, Steve Martin, Confounded Bridge, Corn Van Nickerk, Semlich, and Crackspo. Welcome. Happy to see you all here on Friday. I hope your weekend is starting strong. It's a very good weekend in Fallout 76 if you want to grind. Okay, let me show you before we go over other stuff. First, if you plan to play this weekend, okay, let me show you what's going on in the game. What's going on in the game? First, and the big one, there is double experience. For the whole weekend, get the twice of the experience. So if you need to catch up with the score, and you are still under rank 100, so only under rank 100 you can have reputable for experience. So you can keep grinding if you are under rank 100 for experience, or if you just need some extra level ups to get ready for the Ghoul update. If you want to start a new character to be ready for the Ghoul update, you can do that too, as double experience is ongoing right now. And the second thing, if you check challenges, it's a double score for the whole weekend too. So you can get both. You can get a lot of score and a lot of experience. Of course, the repeatable and weeklies are not affected. They never affected. So weeklies, that do not apply. And my repeatable is doing events because I'm above rank 100. I'm rank 160, so different here. So double score, that's important. And double experience. So we do have both. There's a eviction notice. No, I'm not doing it now. Let's carry on with Turtlecast. Let's leave the eviction notice alone this time around. Let's leave it alone. Let's let it go. 20 legendary items, but we'll grind later. So no worries. I will get it. It will be like 10 minutes to do the event. So no. And that was private word. So solo. I would need to do it solo, so I would need to be very focused to do it. But now back. Of course, your questions I will answer in a moment from Ask the Turtle on our Discord. Let me just double check if there was a new article maybe on Bethesda.com, I mean on Fallout.com or not. No, the last one is about Atomic Shop update. There is ongoing right now a maintenance on public test servers, so maybe I will show you that. I'm a little bit worried. I hope they are fixing those bugs, but if not, be ready for a bumpy ride. Some crazy ride when Ghoul update drops, and it will be probably crazy. We'll figure out what actually works and what doesn't. So we'll see about that. But first, PTS announcements. Let me open that. And let me try to show you. Not that. There we go. So, public test server announcements. Ongoing maintenance. The same time as we started Turtlecast, there is maintenance on public test server. What they are doing, Defender's armor and Cavalier's weapons now will correctly reduce damage while blocking. So, which is good. It may be a really good effect now after it would be fixed. We'll test that later on during the next week. It's not the most important, unfortunately, and I don't really know anyone who's using that. Is there anyone who's using the armor or weapon that basically cause you to take less damage while blocking? I don't think so. Then Vault Boy will no longer lose his head on the status tab in certain situations. Rat Riva will now give the proper amount of rats. So they're doing something about rats, but if you are not familiar with the latest in the Ghoul land, the rats are really going crazy. And I mean by that, if I take Toxic Goo, just 3 bottles, top up my glow bar last time I checked, and radiation from environment, instead of topping up my glow bar, if I'm wearing power armor, it's removing my glow bar, which is opposite what's supposed to be happening. In the same time, self-irradiation from Gamma Gun is barely doing anything. You need to unload like 200 shots to top up the glow bar. So crazy stuff. Oh, I'm not even mentioning flying around fissure sites. Like fissure sites are causing the gravity to be gone, and you are not falling down basically after you jump, which is more crazy. You can see my latest live stream when we were testing stuff on public test server, and yeah, it wasn't very good still. So I hope there is more fixes there, as they do say various but Polish updates to the ghoul quest line and ghoulification process. That's important too, but there is a lot of ghoul stuff still not working very well. So we'll see. Like the time is coming. Like today, it's 14th of February. Is the exact day for Science of Love. So that's today. And yeah, and it still looks like, for me, it kind of looks like a long way from being ready, the Ghoul update. I do certainly hope there will be no delay. Time will tell. Maybe they can somehow fix it all real fast. I don't know. Can they? Maybe they can fix it all real fast. Yeah, there was a network outage on PlayStation last week, and challenge bug, as two challenges have been tagged as followed first. That's the reason we have double score this weekend. It's supposed to be only double experience, but it's double score and double experience. So that's from the bad news. I mean, kind of bad news. The amount of bugs is unfortunate so far on public test server. I hope they can nail it. But if not, it will be fun. And I will definitely check out when the update will eventually come live what kind of crazy bugs remain and keep you updated. Some of them are fun. Like, don't make me wrong, the flying around the fissure sites, I don't complain about this one. It is hilarious. Doesn't really impact the gameplay too much. You're just falling down with this speed. That's the speed of falling down, which is obviously off. So that's cool stuff happening around the fissure sites. I don't mind. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the negative bugs, removing your glow, will be affected. We'll see. Now let's jump and answer your questions from Discord. So we are heading for Ask the Turtles section on Turtle Army Discord. Let's see what are the questions. Change the camera. First, that's not a question. Someone is saying, "Good day, Turtle." Appreciate that, but that's not a question. Next, what everyone doing to stay active during this time? Raid little stale. What? Oh, you mean that you are bored with the raid and what to do to stay active? You can do your challenges. You don't even need to stay active if you don't really want to. If you finish your season, you can play something else. It's not like Fallout is mandatory and you cannot play any other game. If you want to, you absolutely can. But sometimes what I like to do, sometimes when there is not much to do, just go for a walk in Fallout universe, kill random enemies, but try to go around the map without planning your journey exactly. Like, walk and see what you stumble across. See if you can recognize the places you end up in without checking the map. That's important. Without checking the map, can you know where you are? What the places are? Did you find something interesting? That's some activity that you can do. You don't need to farm raid all the time. That's not really advised. Like, it will get boring. Next. Sucks that overeaters don't work with ghoul anymore. Wish they did something like make overeaters work depending on your Ferrar meter. Anyways, what first star mods are we going to use now? Vanguard, Mutant Slayer, Troubleshooters? I am running Troubleshooters, but it doesn't mean it's the only good one. It's one of them. The mixed enemy specific would be a good option too. Vanguard on regular armor, I would say yes. On power armor, it's probably going way into the overkill with amount of resistances if you put Vanguards on power armor. But on regular armor, yeah, you could consider that. there is not too many really good prefixes, like enemy specific, Vanguard, the auto stim not very good for Ghoul, self revive not very good for Ghoul because you want to stay in the glow bar area, so above 100% health. Therefore, yeah, those I'm going troubleshooters myself. Would be too OP? I don't think so. I don't think Overeaters would be too OP on the Ghoul. Like, Ghoul can use power armor, that makes it really OP. Next, I have heard the 4-star polish is back. Do you know what, how? Yes, I know. I was talking about it a lot. Basically, if you fix your weapon or craft it at 200% health, fix it or craft it at 200% health, at exactly 200% condition on the weapon, when the second bar is completely full, it's giving no bonus from polish. Like, instead of 60% that you would expect, it's 0. But if you damage the weapon just tiny little bit, you have your 60%. Then it slowly drops down. If weapon is only 100% condition, no second bar, there is no bonus anymore as well. You want to be as close to 200% as possible, but not exactly 200%. And it doesn't really matter too much with weapons that consistently break, but some weapons, especially with extra durability, basically do not break. So it can take you days, weeks, or even a month to drop it below 200%, to be exactly. It can stay exactly 200%, and then you have a problem. Next, Daniel is saying, since we have known Overeater will not work on Ghoul character, I'm wondering what prefix on armor or power armor will be best option to choose. Also, I already said that. Yeah, I'm going with troubleshooters. I'm personally going with troubleshooters because if any enemy is doing damage to me, it's always robot. There are some small exceptions, but it's almost always robot. You have robots on the new nuke event fight, the 3 big robots. You have robot that's the hardest hitting robot, which is the imposter, when you activate the event yourself in the Ash heap, the encrypted event. And if you go into the raid, one strong hitting enemy, it's the opening turret. So that's the strongest enemy in the raid. Therefore, strongest enemies in Fallout 76 overall are robots. In case of regular enemies, if you compare human super mutants to Assaultrons and Gutsies, robots win. Robots have more damage. Therefore, troubleshooter's armor overall for me, the most beneficial. Next, does Bully's work on the Guardian? Was using the Valkyrie and didn't notice any increased damage numbers after the first shot, unless I'm misunderstanding how the effect works. I'm not sure if Bully's works. It's supposed to on the torso, not on the shield. Supposed to work on the torso. I didn't test myself. For pinpointer's effect, it definitely doesn't work, as shield doesn't count as any kind of a limb. So turret is just a torso. There is a weak spot, which is turret itself, but I'm not sure if Bullies work. I never tried. Mainly because Bullies is not so good on so many weapons. I'm not really using it. If you are not seeing any difference, it is possible that it doesn't work. And then Polo is saying, Sentinel Wharf after effects. I have an entire video about it, so you can tell yourself. It's working after effects for me. For my tanky loadout, definitely worth it. I will have 1 power armor with Sentinel. So 1 power armor troubleshooter Sentinel for sure for me. And those are all the questions, not as many today, so that's good. I was able to answer them rather quickly, and I can spend more time in the chat. Let's take a look on the chat. What's going on in here? And hello there, everyone who is joining us. Acadian is saying, I wish I was playing Fallout 76 instead of sitting at work. Yeah, you need to do the work. Unfortunate truth, you cannot skip it. Work is essential. I was doing that in the past. Now I'm playing games as my work, so it changed. For how long, we don't know, but for now I'm the happy happy one. I can I can enjoy my time. Okay, not only playing games, there is editing of those videos, researching some topics, and so on. So not only it would be probably too beautiful if full-time work as a gamer would be only playing video games. There is some more stuff on top of it that you need to take care. But there is a lot of video game playing indeed, so that's really good. Oh, Kitty Bear, you have your new ghoul character. I mean, character that will change into ghoul already leveled up to 566. That's a lot. I'm changing my main to the ghoul. My main will be the ghoul, so hopefully it's good update. Otherwise, my main will be doomed. Is it possible to scrap legendary mods and get script? Not yet. Not yet. Legendary mods will be scrappable from the ghoul update. Oh, Spiteful Angel, thank you a lot for donating 10 memberships. I appreciate that. And those memberships goes to Orla75, Black Srars, Susie, Torban Mirsch, Michael Grace, Luke, Samson Snyder, Nate of Emergency, Ubernerd 3000, Cracker Jacket, welcome, and may the shell be with you. Huge thanks to Spiteful Angel. I appreciate your support. Pounders on Autoax does not work on the Strangleheart plant. Oh, the Strangleheart plant in the Strangleheart event. Yeah, that's nothing works on it. That's a special item. That's similar situation like those circuit boards on sides of the Guardian when you need to destroy them. Like special items, like in case of the raid, those shards that you need to destroy, or if you summon Ultra Side Titan, those shards over there that you need to destroy. It's special item. It's not affected by your weapon damage. It's counting projectiles, type of a weapon, how many shots you fire. So it doesn't really like what kind of legendary it is, doesn't matter at all. In case of special items like that, number of projectiles matters the most. Sometimes explosion helps, and how fast your weapon is firing. That's why for special items, to destroy them quickly, I do have and carry with me Ultra Sight is one, but regular as well. It doesn't matter if it's Ultra Sight laser rifle or regular laser rifle. I have both. And I installed Splitter, automatic receiver. No, that's not a receiver. Automatic barrel in case of laser weapons. So Splitter, automatic barrel. And this way I can annihilate all those special items in like no time. So that's what matters on them. Non-legendary effects like Pounders, Furious, nothing will work. They don't really matter. Most of the stuff doesn't matter for special items like heart or anything else. And damage numbers that are showing when you are firing are not even very accurate. Those are special items. All the rules apply differently. They don't even have like a regular armor and resistances. Do I know if Super Duper is working? Yes, it's working. You haven't got any luck? You sure? Depend what you are crafting. There are items that are exempt from Super Duper. For example, if you are crafting legendary mod boxes, those will not trigger Super Duper. If you are crafting any type of alcohol, for whatever reason, that will not trigger a Super Duper. What will trigger a Super Duper? If you are crafting any chems, they can trigger. If you are crafting weapons, including named legendary weapons, Super Duper can trigger and give you 2. So, yeah, it's like Super Duper is working, but there is a whole exception list of items that are not affected. Similar to that, some items have been taken away that scrap for a lot of stuff. And normally, when Super Duper triggers, could give you more resources back than normally required to craft. So some of the stuff over time has been tweaked. The alcohols is a mystery for me. I do not understand why they not allowed to trigger super duper. Doesn't make any sense for me personally. But they are on the exception list. Uh, Someone is saying that 4-star burning mod is a bit buggy. What do you mean? Oh, in VATS. Yeah, VATS is a special case. Usually, if you continuously fire in VATS, the stuff doesn't like to update unless you, as you said, you exit VATS and re-enter. Sometimes in VATS, with some weapons, you can even have 0 damage and some hits not registering. VATS is tricky. VATS adds additional layer of complexity, and that's probably why servers cannot keep up with that so much. But outside of VATS, it should be working every time. What, Kitty Bear, you retired your man with 100 power armor chases in the storage box? Why do you have 100 power armors? That's that's like 1,000 pounds of power armors. That's a lot. Why do you have so many, Kitty Bear? Yes, ghouls come with March update. That should be on the roadmap, but no exact date as of yet. We know it's March, and that's all we know. I was expecting the second Tuesday of March, but I may be wrong because there's lots of bugs still present with ghouls on the test server. So the question is, will they fix whatever they can and release it early March? Or will they be extending the fixing period to hopefully fix more bugs? Time will tell. One of those gonna happen. BFK discovered Vipers and Ultraside Bracers combo. Yeah, those are really good. New power armor can apply poison by itself, and then you can just use Vipers or any weapon. This is a very good ability of new Ultraside Bracers on new power armor. Personally, I really like on this new power armor those gimbal bracers that gives you such a good stability and accuracy when not using VATS with heavy guns. You can hip fire about any heavy gun with very good accuracy. What, you farm Guardian too many times, you're not getting any script for defeating it? Okay, I don't know why would you farm it 600 times. That's a lot. For me, it's more fun if I can to do entire raid than just farming the Guardian. I prefer doing entire raid. It's more like more stuff is going on, not continuously the same thing. Oh yeah, Peppa Shaker single barrel is very good for special item distraction. There is 16 projectiles per shot, and it's firing fast, so in 10 seconds you can have like 1500 projectiles fired. So it's a lot. Assuming it's quad. If it's not quad, oh, it's anti-armor. So you cannot fire as many projectiles as you will need to reload after 5 seconds. Why do I use Angry Turtle as my nickname? Well, that was a long story, but to make it short, in the past I had a turtle that unfortunately died after 20 years, and Wild Turtle was taken. So this way I end up being Angry Turtle. And thank you a lot for the likes. Appreciate those. Oh, Kitty Bear, yeah, I forgot about your museum. 97 power armors taken by the museum. Yeah, I didn't count them. Yeah, that's a lot. 97 power armors in museum. Yeah, that takes a space. Yeah, I forgot that you need to keep them in the stash box to showcase them in the camp. Yeah, so that makes sense. You don't have friends to raid with. try looking for a group on Discord, even official Bethesda one, or Turtle Army, or any other. You can find someone to do raid with. People are still looking for someone to do raid with. Just make sure you know what the raid is about and you are contributing, so will not get kicked by doing something wrong. I mean, there is only one stage that you could mess up, the stage 4. If you are doing raid with other people and you are at stage 4, don't destroy crystals for no reasons, especially the large one. That's very annoying because if you do so, this stage can fail or it will be much longer than it need to be. So if you see that there is someone who that knows what they're doing, don't mess up stage 4. Unfortunately, it's not clear, but you can lose the stage 4 for your team if you destroy crystals for no reasons, as those are used to kill those enemies, and that's the only source of damage. 4-star and first star for full set of Vulcan set. First star I already said troubleshooters for me, and the last star, that's tricky because there are several good. But I really like my set with mix of Aegis and limit breaking, so I can have critical every other shot. And I'm super tanky, and this tankiness is being shared with teammates as well, so this is great. The Rejuvenator's full set is awesome too, but Rejuvenators quite often bugs out and do not benefit your teammate. It's awesome for yourself, do not benefit teammate quite often due to a bug, when Aegis works correctly with the teammates. And if you can manage your VATs through some kind of coffee or soon conductors will be fixed for weapons, then you can absolutely run Aegis. Oh, Kitty Bear, you got few more since I visited your museum. Wow, okay, so the museum is growing. Now, if you watch a bunch of raid videos, then yeah, you're absolutely alright to go in and do it. Only people that are there first time, and I understand that, they want to contribute, and I don't like the fact there is like no tutorial they could read in game to figure out what to do. That can be painful to kick someone because they don't know why. But in the same time, if someone is randomly destroying those crystals, you cannot keep them or you will not progress in the raid. So that's a painful truth about stage 4 especially. In stage 1, you cannot really mess it up. In the worst case scenario, you just die. In stage 2, in the worst case scenario, you are not contributing. Stage 3, hopefully you will at least figure out that you can destroy the generator by your own. And stage 5, you most likely, like it's standard boss fight, so you most likely do some damage before you die, even if you are new. So the stage 4 is the only problem, that someone who doesn't know the raid can make it harder for everyone else than if he wouldn't be even present there. 28 luck is not enough. No, if you don't have any limit breaking, you need 33 luck. 28, you need 2 limit breaking. Or you could use faster critical charge on the weapon, third star, and then I think it's 24. Am I right? Oh, I don't remember now. Is that 24 luck with crit savvy and faster crit charge on weapon? Anyone remembers in the chat? Was that 24 or was that different number? You've seen people destroying the final snake boss with Tesla cannon in seconds? How? Tesla cannons does not offer enough damage unless there is some bug with it. Full set of Rangers is very good. I have one, especially if you play full health. Full health, full set of Rangers is awesome. Yeah, the stage 2 on the raid is the worst one. That's the nightmare stage. I hate it. Personally, I hate stage 2. I already know how to run it, where the canisters are, and usually I don't die, but I still hate it. Can I post my limit breaking build? I mean, I'm showing it sometimes. I can show you on the live stream. Should I post it? Like, the problem is, I need to update all the builds from the March update, and we are like a month away. As there is huge rework to perks coming on top of the new perks for ghouls, and everyone will be playing ghouls at least for a while. So I do need to upload a full series of ghoul builds for heavy gunner, for melee, for commando, uh, name it. I will be uploading it for stealth, ghoul, all this stuff. I need to upload and update. And after that, I will probably update the human builds too, because those perks are changing as well. So two series of builds, ghoul build series and human build series. So twice as many builds. I do plan to upload in March. How fast I will be able to do it, that I still do not know. So I don't like to upload, untested builds. Every build I do, I run with it for at least couple days before I upload it, so I know it actually works, and there is no kind of hidden bug that I would not predict and do not know about if I didn't run the build. So I always run the build before I upload it. That's why I think that's one of the reasons that I noticed some people always criticizing some of my perk card choices when they don't even fully understand why those perks are there, because it's not always so obvious to just see and compare the stats. You may notice after my latest bug video, like if you compare stats of the melee weapons, you may choose definitely wrong one because stats are bug out. So testing is very important in Fallout. Not everything is as it displays. Some stuff doesn't work at all, and some other stuff works better than intended. I'm very excited for the Ghoul update. A lot of new mechanics, new stuff, little new quest line. But yeah, generally I'm very excited about the Ghoul update. I just hope they will be able to nail at least the most annoying bugs out. So that's about the builds, and that's why it usually takes a little bit more time. Like in theory, I could just sit one day and do the builds by just setting up the perks, what I already know, and 90% of the time it would work without me even running the build in the word. But I don't like doing it because some of those would end up being bad for the reason I wouldn't even know without running the build. So that's why I prefer to run it first. Best at quality control. Thank you. I'm not the best, but yeah, I have a gift to stumbling across some random bugs. I always stumble across some bugs, if I want it or not. Not all of them. There are some bugs that I didn't know existed and someone told me after a while. For example, when I did the video about melee weapons, from the comments I learned that Fixer is affected too, but in case of the Fixer, it's displaying in the Pip-Boy lower damage than what it's actually doing. As it is doing correct damage, but in the Pip-Boy, it's missing its unique Fixer bonus. So in the Pip-Boy, it's just cloning Combat Rifle. It's showing the stats for the Combat Rifle, when indeed it's better than Combat Rifle and it works better, but Pip-Boy do not reflect that. That's the latest bug. You don't see the point of the ghoul? Oh, I see the point of the ghoul. Ghouls are awesome next step of evolution, and don't forget, without the ghoul, you cannot roleplay Ghoul from Fallout TV series. And Fallout TV series is awesome. I know for some people, role-playing factor do not matter at all, but I like sometimes that feel like I play someone else, like I'm the badass ghoul from Fallout TV series. Why not? It's a good feeling. Okay, did I address everything? Are we heading to member hangout or are there any questions? There's not too much more to say about events in Fallout as there's no article. The public test server patch is supposedly very minor. The events are ongoing in game, so I'm doing my daily challenges to get this double score. I don't particularly care about experience as my character is like, what is the level? 1700 or 800? Just naturally occurring so many levels from playing. So no more questions. So thank you in that case for being here, everyone. Thank you a lot for your continuous support. I'm staying here with Fallout to enjoy years to come, hopefully. Bethesda, don't you dare cut funding from Fallout at any point. Unless you are releasing Fallout 76, so that's exception, then I will jump. But yeah, I need new Fallout or Fallout 5. No cutting funding. Funding can be only redirected to other Fallout. And everyone else have amazing weekend. And see you soon. Turtle out. Bye. Take care.